Hey, what's going on, folks? This is Steve as well, again, for race day today. We're with the NORA Truck Series here in Bristol Motor Speedway. Man, one of the most famous places in the world, the last great Coliseum. Right now, we're getting ready to get more playoff racing underway. It's been a bit. It's been about a month since we've last raced and in this series, but we're going to get back to it tonight. 200 laps here at the fastest half mile in racing. Right now, qualifying underway. We're going to jump down to trackside, take a look at what's going on here. Looks like everyone's actually done their qualifying, or actually a couple left to still qualify, but right now a bunch of guys deciding to stay out, or to stay in, I guess. Not qualifying just yet, but we're going to wait for it. All good. Right now, Timothy Harper currently on top of the leaderboard here in that 99, 1488 on the track, looking pretty quick today. Love that. But man, 200 laps today. Two stages as well, keep in mind. So 55 and 110 will be where we're headed for qualifying. There we go. Qualifying's over just like that. Getting into the race. Man, we're going to waste no time here today. So good stuff as we see it. Boom. Just like that. Nighttime. Huge thanks to our partners on the left side of your screen. Not sure why that's so blurry, but we'll work it out as we go. Sometimes, man, you just never know. Harper, though, on the front of the field. We're going to go and take a look at his car. Take a look at this lineup for today's race. And here we go. So Harper starting off in P1. At 99 looking pretty good right there. Chris Snyder in P2 at 39. Daniel Honeycutt rolling up in third spot. Brian Jones in P4. Cody Reeder in P5, looking pretty quick today. Blade Timmons. Dylan Banks in P7. Josh Conover rolling off in P8. Anthony Campbell in P9. You all know him very well. Dakota Hendrickson in P10. Cody Height rolling off P11. Not on the track just yet, but he's getting there. Christopher Heights in P12. Spencer Burton, that's a new name. That hard rock number 88 looking pretty good right there. Everett Kotz at 32. Man, he was so dominant last month in the last win. Man, right now though, qualifying P14 has some work to make up. Jacob Glidelich. Oh, just blinked there a little bit. Joey Stats right there. Dark Star Garage looking pretty sharp. And then Nick Gillis is going to be, I believe, the pace car today for, or not the pace car, the choose car, excuse me. I think get that right. The choose car. So that's the field, folks, right there. About 16 cars, 200 laps. Going to be a lot of fun to get this thing decided. Getting back to it here on race day. Lap 1 is coming at you real quick. I expect to see a lot of different things today. Tire wear is going to be a key, really a key element, I think, in today's race. I mean, you know, tires especially, but also just, you know, kind of finding that proper racing line, right? It's going to be difficult to, you know, adjust from the low line or the high line. There's 2 lanes here, you know, so it is going to be interesting, right? Like what do they choose to do as the race goes on? We're going to find out together. And right now, a couple of guys up front, hungry to get these wins. Harper and Snyder. This race will go by pretty quick, so we're going to get right down to it here in just a second. So here we go. NORA Truck Series field going to get back underway after a long break. They followed the same schedule as the Craftsman Truck Series, so obviously we're going to do that, but that pace car is going to be turning off in just a second. Man, we're going to get some good racing in here momentarily. Here we go. Pace cars off. Harper and Snyder lead us off today. Bristol night race. Lap 2 already in the books. Harper looking pretty strong in the middle lane right here. Expect these guys to kind of use that lane. Good stuff though, all the way through the field. A couple of guys right here, so already using that high lane. Dakota Hendrickson, that 51 as well, Josh Conover. I think you'll see a lot of that tonight. It is faster up there, but the tires run out so much faster. That is going to be, I think, the key. You know, down low, you might be slower, but that tire will save for sure. But either way, great battles. Oh no, who's this? Campbell might have hit the apron there just a little bit. Keeps going. Good job by him to recover that truck. Right behind as well, a couple more cars. That 23 Blade Timmons looking pretty sharp already. This is the place too that, hey, if you're not that fast, you have to try and stay on the lead lap. A lot of these guys, I think, you know, are going to try and fight for that. Right now, we're already seeing Everett Cott's back up to P10, by the way, so didn't get the qualifying effort he wanted, but man, he is up there. Oh no, hold on. Avoided Hendrickson. Man, that was a lot right there, but great job by maneuvering around him. Everyone else looking pretty clean right now. Not seeing a whole lot of action really. Harper is up front in that nest, but right here, 39, Chris Steiner. He's trying to find his way through. Same thing there with Brian Jones. These top four really have equal pace, at least it looks like so far, so we're going to get down to it here pretty soon. Who can get this thing done today? Man, good stuff. That's 7. Cody Reeder. He's a fast guy that we know of, right? So, man, what does he do to get to the front here? Right now, he's currently in 6th, which isn't bad, right? But, oh, kisses the wall there on the outside. Got to be careful. But, man, really impressive right now. Snyder really trying to make that move in the inside lane here. Try and take over this lead. And you can see just that momentum that the 99 gets out of the corners. It's considerable. I mean, he has a good run there. Now Jones might eclipse that 39. Gonna go way down low, and you can see it there. The 39 just gets such a great run on the exit. Even that 15. Oh, yellow flag. Who is this? Campbell, perhaps, and Hendrickson. Don't see anybody else into the wall or whatnot, but I do think it was that 73. Let's see if we can go back and find out what happened here. Oh man. Yeah, Hendrickson and Campbell definitely got together there. Campbell sideways, which will bring up the yellow every single time. So, man, tough break right there. I'll try and see if we can go back a little bit. See if I can find where it actually went down. Okay, here we go. So, this is a bit before it, but what happens here to Campbell? Who comes up? Who comes down? So Campbell gets a great run right here. Decides to go. He's going to look... Oh, spun around. Looks like that was way before the incident, so all good. We saw the incident, though. Those two guys collided. Either way, our first yellow of the day. And pit stops. So, I mean, right now, just like that, folks, we're 18 laps into the first stage. 55 laps is the mark again for stage 1, so not too bad. Right now, 18 laps of green flag racing. This race should fly by. 200 laps here is nothing. But all depends on the yellows, obviously, and you know, things like that. So a couple guys caught over height. And Campbell all came down pit road here. Campbell fixing that truck, we're assuming, so no harm, no foul there. But either way, up front, still Harper and Snyder. Brian Jones lurking behind in P3, as well as Honeycutt and Timmons right there in 4th and 5th. So not too bad of a race so far. 18 laps, now 19 laps down, folks. This NORA Truck Series Bristol Night Race. I mean, always a fun time in this series and at this track. Can't wait to figure out how this race will go and who will win. Quite frankly, because, man, playoff time right here is interesting as always. And you just never know what can happen, man. So a lot of cool stuff. We'll step aside real quick just for a second. Thanks to some sponsors before we go back green. Stick around. All right, folks, welcome back to the NORA Truck Series Bristol Night Race here. It is lap 21. We're going to go back green here in just a second. Pace car turns off, and here we go. Harper and Jones up front. Super good racing right now. Lap 23. Harper's up front, but how long? Snyder and Jones are right there. Doesn't really seem like Harper has the car right now. He's up front, but for how long? Man, Jones has that bottom line working out well, but Snyder, too, is just there. Getting super close. Backing a little bit back here, too. Don't forget about these guys. Everett Cotts has caught the front. Right now in P7 has worked his way back up, started 14th spot, so definitely did not start where he wanted to, but right on the back end now of Cody Reeder, he can definitely get to that front pretty quick. Looking really, really good. Brian Jones still working the inside of Snyder. The longer they can do this, really, it's going to be hard to catch Harper. This is the racing we expected to see. Everyone fighting for it. A couple of guys too. Christopher Heights in that completely black car right now. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but no numbers, just plain black. All good. Cody Height, P13. Dakota Hendrickson was tangled up in that Anthony Campbell moment. But right now still currently in P14, so not too bad. A lot of time left to still catch up. Todd Snyder, Anthony Campbell as well. He had that damage repaired under yellow flag, but looks like that truck is looking pretty decent right now, so not too bad. These guys, though, are all fighting for it. He's in the back. Reader and Honeycutt. And this first stage is fast enough where, you know, you don't necessarily have to, I guess, save the tires, you know, hardcore, right? Because it is only 55 laps. But, man, once we start getting into that stage 2, stage 3 situation, it's going to be really, really hard to try and maintain those tires. Racing will heat up. The long run speed will definitely matter. Right now we can see that Harper is still leading, but Snyder got away from that 45. Continues to do a great job there. Further back, Everett Cott's really starting to turn the heat up. It's right on board, actually. Everett Cott, see if we can find out how that truck is handling right now. Also a great example of, man, how fast this track just appears. You can see it. Crazy, crazy quick. Not a whole lot of time to think or react, but man, these guys are just all over the place. Yellow flag, though, out. 51 here of Josh Conover. Looks like goes around. I don't see a whole lot of damage on that truck, so might have spun out there out of turn 2. Yeah, the front end looks pretty decent, so we'll try and see if we can find what happened here. Oh, man. It gets into that 15, which we didn't see a second ago. Yeah, some slight contact there with the inside wall, but okay, we'll have to rewind that just a little bit more. Find out what happened between him and that 15. Too far back. Let's go back a little bit here. Here we go. This should explain it here. So the 51, let's get Cody Reader in the middle of him. At some point, it looks like, okay, he's going to dive down low here, gets through. What happens here, though? Side by side between the 15 and the 51. At some point, real soon, these guys collide. Oh, 15 gets loose. Saw him kind of bobble there. So that's what it was. The 15 got a little loose right there in the middle of the corner. And, looks like kept it going, so that will be it. But no front end damage from that 51 that I see. We'll check on the 15 too. Honeycutt in the pit. Some slight right rear damage. You can see it on the tail light there, but yeah, really not too bad. So these two trucks should be just fine getting through here. Remainder of the race. But hey, short track racing, man, and that's what I was talking about a second ago, right? The reaction time, you just don't have a lot of it. You're going so fast here on this half-mile track, and man, when one car ahead of you bobbles like that, you just have no time to move, right, or get out of the way. So that's the case here. But second yellow flag, we're getting pretty close to stage 1 ends on 55. So once we go back green here, maybe about 12 laps to go. So pretty good stuff. Harper and Jones up front still. P1 and 2. And again, these guys do choose. So these guys have chose this. Looks like Snyder chooses the outside line. Overall, not too bad. So far, though, pretty good race. Always good racing here. So we're going to go back green here. Pace lights are off. We're going to go right back green. Jones now, man, can he time this restart? Trying to get out in front of Harper. We're going to find out right now. Going back green flag. Here we go. Man, really good jump there by Harper. Jones going to kind of block the outside line there to not make Snyder have that run. Everett Kotz, though, watch out for him. He's there. Already in P3 right now on the bottom. Trying to do what he can to get himself into position. And really good stuff so far. Brian Jones, though, is not giving up. He's right there to fight for that top spot. Oh no, Snyder! Huge yellow right here on the front stretch. Gets involved with Brian Jones, the 16 Cody Height, the 17 of Banks. Oh man, I think Snyder might have gotten a little overzealous there. Let's take a look. Oh man. Yeah, big mess right here. We'll go back just a little bit. I want to see where this started. Yeah, so you'll see him kind of get together right here. I think it was just... Oh, man. Try and get a little bit better angle. Yeah, we'll go chopper. So he's already into him. 39 and just kind of loops him around, man. Tough break. 17 has to slow down mid-corner. Hard on the brakes. Oh, man, yeah, just not good. Collects a couple guys right here. And off they go. I don't see a ton of damage, really, on that 45. Reader sneaks through as well, so... It might not be catastrophic for a lot of these guys, but man, that was pretty wild here on lap 46. Early into this race. So Snyder, take a look at his truck real quick. Looks like he will be given the EOL for that wreck. It would appear like he is in the back of the field now, so. Man. Lots of things going on here on lap 46. First stage. Working our third caution. Getting to that lap 55 mark to reach stage 1. A couple of more guys on pit road. So Anthony Campbell involved in an early wreck. But didn't have a lot of damage, so maybe just was involved in that somehow still. A lot of guys, though, still on their way to the front. Harper has the lead. Here we go. Choose... is right here. A lot of down lows right there. So Hendrickson picking the high line, going to pick up some spots by default there. So not too bad. A lot of guys making their moves. Love that shoes car. So here we go. One lap to go here before we go back green. And a couple of different guys up front. Harper and then Kotz right there on the inside lane. So that's somebody who I'm going to be looking at is Everett Kotz. I mean, what can he do here, right? I mean, we know how fast he is. And started 14th, I believe it was. So definitely didn't qualify well, but man, this guy is killer fast. So I expect him to challenge Harper for sure here at the front of the field. We'll see how this thing can end here for stage 1. But a lot of guys looking for that stage 1 win. Get to it right now. Lap 49, here we go. 6 laps to go here before stage 1 concludes. And off we go. Everett Kotz immediately down low here. Going to try and really send it in. Wow, he does. Look at that. Oh, my word. Gonna block the high line, so Harper can't get into it. Just like that, folks. Everett Kotz to the front. Power move right there. We saw Jones and Snyder, those kind of guys, really couldn't make it work down low like that. Joey's stats right now got loose. Almost lost it right there into turn 3. Oh, still really, really out of shape. Everett Kotz, though, lap 52. Man, from 14th to P1, just like that, in the matter of 50 laps. That's how fast it can happen, folks. Might get some more of a challenge here from Harper. But man, Everett Kotz is doing so good. Definitely, just on this alone, to me, it looks like it has the fastest truck in the field. And running that low line, too, so that'll save a lot of the tires. But man, looking very, very good. Everyone else, pretty well solid so far. But man, Everett Kotz, he's going to be the man today to win stage number 1. Looking very, very smooth in that number 32 EKR Designs machine. Very, very impressive stuff. So Everett Kotz from 14th to P1. Passed almost the entire field to get here, but remains your stage 1 winner. Really, really good stuff. We'll step aside, folks, and thanks some sponsors. We'll come back in just a second and continue this race. Stick around.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
All right, folks, welcome back right now to the NORA Truck Series Bristol Night Race. And we are here. Stage 1 has just concluded. Everett Kotz is your Stage 1 winner. Looking very, very good out there. Right now, lap 59. So next stage will end on lap 110. So about 55 laps to go there. Actually, a little less now that we've had this stage yellow and pit stops and things like that. So, but we're going to get this thing going back again in just a second. Right now, though, a couple of guys up front looking a little different. Take a look right here. Pace car still out, so we're going to wait just a second. But yeah, Brian Jones up front right now. Honeycutt and Kotz 2 and 3. So a couple of guys out front of Kotz right now. Kotz, we'll see if we can catch back up. But Brian Jones looks like wanted to try and get himself out front, and he did. So we'll see how that works. I mean, clean air is definitely a big factor of how this can go, so we will see how that actually impacts that truck and how it feels. But So far, so good, though. Good race. A couple of cautions so far, but overall, good racing. Right now, the Chews underway. And like we're seeing, Brian Jones going to be on the outside lane with Kotz behind him. And that 15, Honeycutt, is going to be on the inside row. And we saw him just get involved earlier with the incident with Josh Conover. So sitting in P2 is not too bad on the inside. We'll see what he can do here as we continue. Pretty good stuff so far. We're going to have a couple of new guys up front here, Jones and Honeycutt. So we will see what they can offer here. Kotz, we know it's really, really fast. Harper in P4 right there is fast as well. So who can get this done? Here we go. Geico restart zone. Stage 2 begins. Jones and Honeycutt lead us off. Just like that, a lot of guys choosing different lanes here. The 88, so far, Spencer Burton looking pretty good today. Oh, yellow flag out, back out. Cody Height looks like spins around here out of turn, I believe that's 2. Oh no, Cody Height goes around there, but then also that 51 of Conover goes around again as well. Here. Big old mess. All right, let's find out. So Cody Height here looks like he's passing Christopher Heights. Oh, he was loose on entry. He just goes around. But then what happens here? Oh man. Big old mess right here. From the 51, we'll go back here and find out the aftermath of. So right behind was when Height got loose. Although the 41 got around too. Super loose. Timmons squeezes through Heights as well. Campbell stops before it. Good stuff there. But man, that's a couple of yellows, or a couple of wrecks right there that would have brought the yellow. But man, not good. So a big yellow flag here on lap 66. Only a little bit over a quarter of the race, quarter of the laps in, so we're seeing some aggression for sure. Take a look at some damage here on some of these drivers if we can. Conover has some, ooh man, yeah, the back end pretty rough. The front looks pretty well smashed. Banks got involved, a little bit of right side damage there. Campbell snuck through, I know that. Height, the back end looks pretty dinged up, but overall, not terrible. Yeah, Joey Stat's got that right front, so not too bad from a couple guys, but man, that's going to be a heartbreak for Conover and the Stats. Having good races. A lot of these guys having good races, but getting a little loose, that can happen. But right now we're working our 5th caution, lap 67. And stage 2 ends on lap 110, so we are getting there. Choose car. Man. Choose car might have to... not exactly straight on the backstretch, but I guess it'll work. Jacob Gladlich in the choose car today, so good stuff. A lot of Subway fans in the chat. Love to see that right now. Big fans of Anthony Campbell. Where's Anthony Campbell? Yeah, P11 right now for Campbell, so really not too bad. He was up front for quite a long time at the beginning of the race. Started 9th, gained a couple spots, and then kind of fell back to here. So not doing bad. Still holding on to that truck. And sometimes, too, we even talked about this, but these races can really come down to attrition, right? I mean, just getting through the race with all the fenders on it, you know, all the tires still on it. So it could come down to that kind of race. But here we go. Restart. Brian Jones, Daniel Honeycutt back up front. Here we go. Green flag is back out on lap 69. Everett Cox, we know how fast he is, and right here, he is right behind the tail end of Brian Jones. He knows how to make that inside lane work. Brian Jones probably should, maybe, I guess, defend that lane. Either way, looking very, very good. The 3 wide right here, looks like almost it was. 99 still trying to get back to the front. Oh, Campbell! Oh no, Campbell goes around here. Out of turn 4 that was. Man. A lot of loosey-goosey trucks today. Not good. Not sure if that's just the conditions of the track, or if that could be racing style, right? I know a lot of these trucks, and maybe I'm not the biggest truck driver on the sim, but I do know sometimes, especially for these short tracks, they really crank up the brake bias, and I know if you hit the brakes too hard, you kind of want to kick that back end out and send you around. So not sure if that's part of the case here, but man, either way, we're seeing some loose conditions out there, or frankly, maybe overdriving, right? It could be that too, but we're still lap 73. We saw Campbell spin out, so no harm, no foul there. Looks like he didn't have any damage, but he is in the back. Looks like Blade Timmons is being shown as out of the race, so just making sure we catch you guys up on that. Campbell in the pits. Cody Stats in the pits. Conover looks like it says they're in the pits, but not out of the race. So we're not necessarily out, but we are definitely down a couple of drivers. Looks like right now, down about 13. About 13 on the track right now. So that's where we're at. Man, already 8 on pit road, 73. The 88 in the back too. Really having a pretty good run, honestly. Spencer Burton hasn't had any. Well, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, yeah, has kept the truck pretty clean, but looking based on this, unfortunately, not the case. But all good. Long way to still go. Lap 74. Brian Jones up front. Big thanks to our sponsors actually right now too, by the way. Man, Harpoon Design, Admin Box, Premier Setups. Lots of good people in our corner, and we appreciate that for sure. Man, that choose car, here we go. Right back at it. Looking pretty sharp today. That number 14 NORA choose car. Good stuff. Yellow light's still on. We're going to go back green here with about, what's that, lap 77. So we are getting to it. All right, pace car lights are out. We're going back green here. Lap 77. Jones and Honeycutt, still the same two up front. Both looking really, really quick. So let's see how this shapes up. Green flag. Everett Cott's not giving that 15 any room on the outside lane here. Keeps it going. Reeder doing just the same here. The 99 squeezing him up high. He is making it work, man. Everett Cott's looking very, very good. Brian Jones has the clean air, which he wanted. Having a good run. Reeder makes his way around right there. Cott's, though, clean move on the outside lane. Might open the door for Reeder. No, it doesn't, I don't think. Looking really, really good. So now we're starting to get single file here. Start to see what these guys decide to do. Everett Cott's Reeder, man, looking really quick right now. Look at the run he has on the back end of that 32. Holy. Still there as well. He's going to get a better run here. Watch the run he has on the exit. Oh, yellow is out. Who is this? Todd Schneider. Whew. All right, one more yellow. Take a look at what goes on here. What happened to Mr. Snyder? So here we go. Todd Snyder here, right behind Spencer Burton. By himself right now. In just a second. Not sure if he got into somebody perhaps, or maybe just went around like we've been seeing these guys doing. You know? Nothing so far yet. Try and see if this shows us. Here we go. Ooh, yeah, real loose how to turn. Oh, yeah, and then just straight loses it. Man. Out of turn 2. That's been quite the troubled spot so far today. Yellow flag out once more. 7th time we've had one already. So almost halfway. 7 cautions. To be fair, one was the stage end, but you know. Henderson, Campbell, and Burton all coming down back on pit road, fixing some damage. That's kind of the nice thing too about these yellows, right? If you're, in the back, or maybe a guy who's had speed, which Burton has had, Hendrickson maybe, this is a good time to just fix the damage, right? Get back out before the pace car comes around, and fix that damage. And I think a lot of these guys are taking advantage of that. It's a good move. These races can be long, and again, you never know. The attrition factor we mentioned earlier is key. For me, if I'm in this race as a driver, if I've got speed, yeah, sure, I'm probably going to try and stay up front, right? But, man, if I don't, if I'm like a mid-packer, I'm probably just relaxing, because I want to make sure that my truck gets to the end, no mistakes, excuse me, no mistakes, no spin-outs, no, heavy contact into the wall, but you just never know. So right now, working our 7th caution, pace lights are off, so we're going to have Reeder now up front in that bottom row, and then Brian Jones. We know how fast Reeder is, right? So a lot of these guys, man, up front are definitely quick. We've won races this season. A lot of guys very, very fast. So here we go, lap 86, working lap 87. Jones and Reeder up front, going green. Jones up front right now. Everett Kotz on the outside trying to make it work. Reeder decides to not make that move right there and chooses the outside lane. Pretty good job right there for him not to maybe push it too hard, but looking strong. Lap 89 still. A couple of guys in the back too. Look at this. Heitz and Snyder trying to work their way back up to the front. Snyder was there at one point, but has not been there just yet. Honeycutt. Harper as well. Harper was leading the race, keep in mind, but in the pole sitter. Right now, though, in P4, just not really showing like he has the truck, and maybe it's just a long run issue, right? That could be the case. Great on short runs, not great. Oh, Campbell again going around. Take a look. Anthony Campbell. Uh-oh. What happened to you now? Where, oh where? Just fast forward right to it if we can. Oh, man, yeah, just goes around by himself here. No contact from other drivers, but and that'll be it right there. So Campbell goes around once more. Lap 93, 8th caution so far. I'll tell you what, man, you have a, I don't know, you have, I don't know, we had starting the race 15, 16 drivers, you know, pretty good field, but, you know, probably low in their eyes, you know, for the season. I mean, man, this is still hard, right? Playoff time, a lot of guys fall off, but you think we'd have minimal cautions here with this little drivers, but here we are. We're going to try and make it entertaining for you folks, but man, sometimes from a commentator perspective, all these cautions, minimal racing, it is hard. It is hard to deliver you a good streaming product, broadcasting product when this kind of thing happens. So it's been good racing when we've had it, but man, I just like all the spin outs and the getting loose, and it's like, come on guys, you know, like put a couple of laps of practice in and figure it out, you know, but it's all good. Brian Jones up front, Everett Kotz looking very fast as well. Man, Cody Reeder, I really feel like this top four really at this point are kind of the, you know, upper echelon of drivers right now. Brian Jones, Kotz, Reeder, and Harper. Man, these guys are crazy fast, as we've seen this whole season. So I expect to see these guys doing really, really well the remainder, really, of the race, but also the season too. So expect good things out of them, as right now we see the choose car. Everyone making their decisions. You saw the choose car. Oh, there it is. Get back now. But so good. So far, so good. Lap 95. 20 laps from now will be the end of stage 2, so we are getting there. Here we go. Green flag about to be out. 97. Brian Jones, great jump on the outside lane. Cody Reeder right there as well, down low. And Everett Kotz really trying to make it work on the outside line there. Really, really good stuff. Gonna get a great jump. Oh, goes down low here. Brian Jones crossover move. Man, he timed that perfectly. Got Jones a little bit wiggly there, but awesome racing. Kotz looking to get back to the front after some earlier pit strategy by Jones to stay out front here. Man, still side by side. Really impressive. Reeder's going to be here too, so what lane does he pick? We know he likes the outside lane. He's working that all race long, but man, does he go 3 wide at some point? Who knows? So far, sticking with Brian Jones on the outside. These two getting so close together here. And Reeder just trying to navigate, trying not to force his hand too much. Times like this, you can really wear up the tires way too much like you want to. I guess don't want to. But Kotz, he's making the outside, or the inside work. He's just about going to clear Jones here. Man, can't do it yet. Great drone cam action here. On the backstretch, Everett Kotz just trying to get that momentum. 2 equal cars right now, it looks like. Brian Jones really pretty quick. Everett Kotz, though, on the inside, really trying to get that through. Jones clears him. And Reeder might be finding his way through as well. Kotz might have used a bit too much of those tires already, trying to push the issue. Yellow flag. Hendrickson potentially. I believe so. I believe it was Hendrickson. Here we go, the 8 truck right here in front of Christopher Heights. Oh man, yeah, just loops it around. Decided not to try braking the truck right there. Kind of throttle through it, but all right, another yellow flag. On lap 108, so we got really close to that stage, and looks like that is going to be the stage end. So Brian Jones going to be your stage winner. Yes, got confirmation that is the stage end. So Brian Jones will be your stage 1 winner. Great job, man, by Brian Jones to hold on to that. You just never know when that yellow can come out, and it did right there in favor of Brian Jones. So we're going to watch this pit strategy real quick and see what these guys decide to do here. Everyone coming down pit road. The 99 going to have that front pit box as well. So that front 2 kind of fading back a little bit so far this race, but man, doing what they can. Couple of guys. Ooh, Brian Jones still snuck out into that P1. Kotz might have come in second right there, but that'll be it. So a lot of guys are here. Big moves to stay out in front. Daniel Honeycutt is being shown as the leader right now. I'm not sure if he's a lap down or a wave around car, or decided to stay out maybe for that one extra point for leading in lap. But we'll find out here in just a second. We're going to re-rack it. We'll come right back, folks. Talk to our sponsors. Stick around. welcome back right now to the NORA Truck Series Bristol Night Race. Here we are, working lap 111 right now. Yellow flag came out just a moment ago, so stage 2 ended a little bit early. So right now, this is the beginning of stage 3. Here we go, Honeycutt and Brian Jones up front. Green flag is back out. Stage 3, oh man, Brian Jones spins the tires there on the beginning of the track. Oh, restart, excuse me, but man, could not get it going. Everett Kotz makes short work here of Daniel Honeycutt on the inside. Hold on now, Honeycutt might have an answer. He's right there. Man, fighting hard. Spencer Burton had an incident almost right there. That was close. That truck pretty well beat up. Trying to get around this place. Honeycutt's still making it work here. But here's the thing, right? We have 85 laps remaining. If you're Kotz, you know, Brian Jones, right? You know that Daniel Honeycutt did not pit right there. So you know what? Let him burn his stuff up, lead some laps, and then off you go, right? I think that's the play here, as he will for sure burn them up. 99 on the outside lane, trying to get back to the front. Ooh, Cody Reeder, hold on to it. Kept it going. Man, great recovery right there. Had the inside lane. Might have touched the apron, which will definitely send that truck around. Great job to recover that and to not spin out. Just some awesome angles around here. Big thanks, by the way, to Whiplash. Sim cams, man, they are just incredible. A lot of good stuff from them. Huge shout out to all of them, for sure. Honeycutt up front right now looking pretty good. Maintaining that lead, but for how long? We know he didn't pit right there. So I expect him to fall at some point over at Kotz in P2. Jones still showing some speed here in that third spot. Even though, man, that restart of his a second ago was not his best, but he maintains a great run, some great speed right here. So right on the back end of Everett Kotz. Harper kind of falling off a little bit, man, but these two, Harper and Snyder, started Q1 and 2, but right here, still fighting for it. Either way, great run. Cody Reeder almost spun out right there a second ago, currently in P6. Not looking too bad, really. We know he has the speed to get back up front, so we'll see how that can happen. Good stuff, though, for him. Christopher Heights, kind of a slow night, quiet night, but in that P7 spot, holding on to it. Spencer Burton, pretty well beat up truck right there on the right side of the back end, but making it happen. Eighth place right now. Looking pretty sharp. Dylan Banks in P9. Currently on the track. Again, quiet race, but kind of doing his thing, right? And this is a good example of what I was talking about earlier, right? Just have a race where it's kind of quiet, kind of relaxed, right? If you don't have speed to be challenging for the win, do what Dylan Banks is doing, right? Kind of just here, chilling out, currently in P9, right? And everyone else behind him is out of the race. Hendrickson, Snyder, Campbell, Timmons, Height, Stats, and Conover all out. So if you're Dylan Banks, I'm feeling pretty good about my situation right now, right? Because maybe you didn't have a 9th place car. Maybe you were a 15th place car or something. But right now you're finding yourself still in the game because you've lasted and haven't wrecked or spun out or things like that. So props to Dylan Banks here for making this thing look so good. That 32, Everett Kotz got around right here. Daniel Honeycutt kind of falling off here. Brian Jones going to try and make his way through as well. Looks like that is going to be the case. So good stuff for him. Man, impressive work. Harper, Snyder, Reeder, look at this. Reeder, we said a second ago, he is really, really quick. and he is powering through that 39. He's going to catch Harper here in just a second. I've got a feeling he's going to get right on through. But man, good stuff here for Reeder late into this race. Lap 131. So this is flying through now. 69 laps to go. Right on board, actually, Cody Reeder. I just want to see how he's navigating this track right here, because he is really pretty quick. It's also a great shot to really just kind of get a feel for what these drivers are going through, right? Just the Coliseum, the high banks. A lot going on right here, but man, you can just see he's working the high line so well. I'm really curious to see if this thing stays green. I want to see how Reeder does on a long run, right? So like right now we know he's fast, but man, like, you know, 60, 70, 80 laps into this run, how does he look? Because the outside lane typically is fast early, but not necessarily long. That could be different from the truck series, but man, looking very, very, very fast so far. Catching up to him. Everett Kotz, though, man, he is right there in P1. Again, started 14th. Got himself to P1 for stage 1. And then was fighting Brian Jones for the stage win for stage 2. But yellow came out and he did not get it. Brian Jones was the stage 2 winner. So Kotz and Brian Jones right now looks like to be really the only two that are going to be fighting for this win. Both looking very, very fast right now. Daniel Honeycutt still in third spot. Harper going to be moving around him in just a second, looks like, on the outside. And Honeycutt really starting to fall off here. Going to block maybe the Reeder move there, but nope. Lets it happen, so good stuff. Spencer Burton comes down pit road right now. Not sure if this is pit strategy. Maybe the fuel window just opened. We'll find out real quick, but going to go multiple laps down here for Spencer Burton. Right now, currently in 9th place because of this, so don't see left side or the right side tires going up, so looks like maybe just some fuel or some damage repair. Keep an eye out for sure, but Everett Kotz up front, Brian Jones inching ever so close. Jump in on the gyro cam, man, you can really see the banking of this track with the gyro cam, how steep it is. And he's there. Brian Jones is definitely there. Look at the run he gets right there. I mean, he is really, really quick. These two are the class of the field for sure. Impressive stuff, man, for these two. But I've got a feeling, I mean, a couple of guys too. Harper, right now he's 3.5 seconds back from the leaders. He can make that up, but I'll tell you what, it might take a long time because he's not looking as fast as them. Snyder, the same. Man, Reeder was right on the back end of Harper there. Looks like he might have had an issue. Currently back to P5, so lap 146 we're working. Who else? Christopher Heights and Daniel Honeycutt both falling back a little bit. Dylan Banks still up to now P8, so looking pretty sharp right here. Spencer Burton's still in pit road, by the way, so I'm not sure if he's fixing damage. It would appear that he is. He might have gotten a meatball flag, as they call it, and had to repair that truck, but not good. Dylan Banks, though, still working his way through. Looks like he might have some speed here. Going to get some around Heights. Working that low line. Man, good stuff there for Banks, that 17 truck. Getting around now. It's going to be a P7 for Banks. He's getting Honeycutt up front as well, who we know is falling off from those tires and for that strat of staying out. So Banks right here might be looking at a top 6 as we continue this race. So, man, really good stuff so far for him. Burton back on track, rejoining the surface. Going to be multiple laps down here. 11 laps down for Burton. So, unfortunate there, but going to maintain his spot. Cots up front, Brian Jones in P2. We're going to step aside real quick, folks. We're going to go race day nonstop. We're going to leave it right here so you don't miss any action. But we'll thank some sponsors before we get to the end of this race. Stick around.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
All right, welcome back, folks, right now to the Bristol night race here for the NORA Truck Series. Right now, we were seeing, man, Brian Jones catching up to Everett Kotz, but it was not lasting long, and now it's kind of fading away now. 1 second behind for Brian Jones. Looks like he might have used all of the stuff right there, so not good for Brian Jones. Everett Kotz, though, up front and rocking and rolling right now. Third spot, Timothy Harper, catching back up here for P3, your pole sitter. Was pretty quick throughout today's race, but right now in that third spot, MagnaFlow on the front end of that hood. Looking pretty good right there. Chris Snyder in P4. Very, very fast so far, so good stuff right there. Dylan Banks, man, look at this, P5 right now. Cody Reeder, I was mentioning earlier, man, he looked so quick on the short run, but he just, you know, what did he have in the long run? And right now he's definitely falling off a little bit, as I kind of expected him to do. So Dylan Banks, though, up to P5 is really, really nice for him. Heights in P7, Daniel Honeycutt in P8, and then Spencer Burton, the last car on the track right now. 11 laps down, but still in the race. Not a bad debut race for Spencer Burton, so good stuff right here. Everett Kotz, though, looking very, very sharp. A lot of these guys, close battle here, actually. Spencer Burton, and maybe not. 11 laps down. I guess it can be a battle if they're 11 laps down, but you never know. Probably not going to get those laps back, but hey, a top 10, you know, for Burton in your first race, especially at Bristol, is definitely a good time. So not too bad. Oh, yellow flag is out. As, man, Snyder there looks really, really slow. I'm not sure if that was about, but who was this on real quick? Daniel Honeycutt, I believe I'm being told. Let's take a look here. This will change a lot. a lot. Let's go back and see what happens to Daniel Honeycutt here. So right behind Heights. Might have got to this a little early, but we're going to find out here what happens. So height's going to be... Yeah, we went too far back. My bad. Here we go. Oh, heights loses it. Oh, man. And yeah, collects Honeycutt right there. So, yeah, that'll do it. Heights lost control of that truck into Honeycutt. And to be honest, Honeycutt kind of needed this, right? Because he was falling off pretty bad with that strategy. And look at this. Everyone. Uh-oh. Spencer Burton. Man. Even on pace laps we're spinning out. Holy. But here we go. This is a huge pit stop right here. Does somebody take two right side tires? Maybe not, but we'll see. Everett Cott's already out of the track right there. Uh-oh. Kotz might have taken those two. No, he didn't. 4 tires. Brian Jones. Harper, Banks, Snyder. And Rita right here. Christopher Heights on the pit road still fixing some damage. Spencer Burton does his thing right now too, so a lot of movement right here. Harper, though, sneaks out in P2, so your pole sitter finding his way back to the front. Might be the hard way, but he's getting back up there, so good stuff for Harper. We'll see what he can do, and yet again, Honeycutt stays up front. Yeah, but not for long. Comes down. We know he needed to pit at some point. Bold strategy, but just couldn't quite get it done. But that is all right. There's the Choose car underway right now. So overall, really good stuff right now. So fantastic race, man. These can be hard, right? Short track racing, playoffs especially. It's always a good time. So next week too, keep in mind, next week is actually Kansas. We'll be in Kansas next week, the 30th. That'll be a lot of fun. And then Talladega right after that. So, yeah, so we took that month-long break in between, tonight and then Milwaukee 4 weeks ago. But for the next about month and a half, have some good racing still to go. So winding down the playoffs and winding down this season. But, man, it's been very, very memorable at times. Here we go. Everett Kotz, Tim Harper up front. What can your pole sitter do here on the inside? Oh, man, not a whole lot. Got checked up there quite a bit. Off we go. Good movement here. Brian, oh no! Harper, huge into the wall right there, into Banks. And the yellow flag is out once more. Man, Dylan Banks just doing so good, so all race long. Now has some pretty big damage there on the left front of that truck. Harper, your pole sitter. Couldn't tell if you got hit right there, but man, just went around. We'll get a look here. Yeah, just goes around. Burton goes down pit road. Unfortunately, that'll be a black flag for him, I believe, because he entered pit road. Yeah, the 99, man, just lost it right there, and Dylan Banks gonna have to come down pit road and fix that damage. Yeah, Banks has that left front fender kind of flopping around, but definitely gonna hurt his race for sure. Looked so good. Stayed out of all the mess. And in that case, I guess the luck ran out, but he will try. Uh-oh. Oh, man, couldn't even turn into his pit box. That's not good. Have some big damage to repair there. Get that thing fixed. Harper as well in front. Your pole sitter. Hate to see it. But Kotz Still the leader here. Brian Jones, Reeder, Snyder, and Heights, your top 5 as we sit. Coming up in Kansas next week, I can't wait for that track because, man, Kansas is, it's always been one of my favorites for multiple reasons, right? The style of racing, you know, the outside, you know, the high line groove, right? All kinds of things. It's just so much fun for me. And in these trucks, it's a lot of fun. I mean, multi-groove racing, you kind of get that draft effect too a little bit. So should be a lot of fun. And but man, these playoffs continue to roll. Everett Kotz, Brian Jones up front right here. Field getting smaller and smaller as we see here. I don't see Dylan Banks on the list at all. Where's him? Oh, he's coming. Here he is. Harper still on pit road as well. I'm not sure if he's going to sit this one out, but looks like he is deciding to hold out a little bit. But here we go. A couple of guys left in this Bristol night race. Hey, sometimes that can happen. But Kotz and Jones, they've been the 2 fastest, I would say, in this race. Now we're going to see Christopher Heights up front. What does he have, right? Cody Reeder. Here we go. Geico restart zone. We're off. And a great jump again for Kotz, but man, P2 is under fire right here. Cody Reeder has that preferred lane. Brian Jones, though, he chose the inside lane. I'm not sure why, really. He had the choice to pick the outside. Just like that, though, Reeder going to maybe clear here on the exit. And he does. Up to P2 there for Cody Reeder. And we know how fast Reeder is in the short run, so does this 23-lap, 22-lap run here, is that enough for Reeder to sneak this win out? Chris Snyder as well, still there on the high lane. Honeycutt, Heights falling back quite a bit. Man, there goes Snyder too. So, hold on. Brian Jones, man, something happened there where he just lost a lot of that speed. Not sure what happened. Uh-oh, Snyder, all kinds of up around. Reeder really pushing that machine. You can tell it. Trying to do what he can here on the outside lane. He's going to probably catch. Oh, there goes Jones here. Back around Snyder. Great move right there. But Cody Reeder, 0.4 of a second back. Trying to do what he can to catch the back end. You can tell he's really sending it in there on the outside lane and gets a great run. Look at the run he gets right here. He's so close. He's really able to make the outside lane work here. Everett Kotz, we know he's faster in the long run, but Reeder really has something here in the short run if he can make it happen. 16 laps to go. That'll be over in the blink of an eye. Brian Jones still holding off. Snyder here for now. Snyder looking pretty quick. Honeycutt, P5, Heights, and P6. Dylan Banks coming back on pit road, unfortunately, to fix more damage. But man, this battle for the win is still heating up. Reeder trying a different lane right here. I'm not sure why. The outside was working quite well for him. Unless he's already noticing a shift in the grip levels and the tires, but now 13 laps to go here. Reeder, it's a great run. Kotz right there looks like he's moving up a little bit, maybe to aero block that 7 machine. Yeah, you can see him right there. He kind of gets locking right there with the air. But Reeder does a great job by driving hard into the corner, looks like. Kotz looks like, excuse me, Kotz seems to be a little bit better off. But man, he is there. Brian Jones not too far back either. These guys are catching up. Almost 10 laps to go here. We might see one hell of a battle to get this win here in Bristol. Reader already starting to kind of lose some steam. 4 tenths now, 5 tenths back, a half a second back now. Trying to do what he can. I mean, man, Everett Kotz is faster down low, which is pretty wild to me, but that just goes to show, man, Kotz is just hitting his marks. Big battle here. Snyder down low of Brian Jones. Didn't quite make that pass. 8 laps to go here. Everett Kotz, the winner of the last race of Milwaukee Mile a month ago. Took a long break for this series. But man, right now has come back and has just done what he does best right now. And so far leading this race. Won stage 1, came so close to winning stage 2. Brian Jones snuck that one out. But man, started P14, had to work his way all the way back up to the front. Within that first stage, Everett Kotz looking so good right now. 5 laps to go here. I don't think Reader has anything for him. He's really held this distance this whole time, really, since the restart. And that might be it. Brian Jones, a little bit further back too, but this top 3, I believe, is going to be our top 3 for the end of the race. Cody Reader, you can see him shaking on the exits. Trying to get so close to that 32 machine, just can't quite get there. Man, what an amazing run here for Everett Kotz. Just so good. So dominant. Dylan Banks way down low there, trying to just navigate through. Now 2 laps to go here in the Bristol night race. And here we are, the white flag, sponsored by Cardano. Huge thanks and shout out to them. Man, Everett Kotz has looked so good all race long. Won stage 1, had to come from the back in stage 1 as well. And just like that, the checker flag is out. Everett Kotz is your winner today for the NORA Truck Series Bristol night race. Amazing stuff here for that 32 machine, man. What an incredible job to get this race done. Doing the moonwalk right there. Good stuff. Everett Kotz, your winner today for the Bristol night race. P2, Cody Reader. P3, Brian Jones. Chris Snyder, Daniel Honeycutt. Top 5, top 10, Christopher Heights, Dylan Banks, Spencer Burton, Tim Harper, and Dakota Hendrickson rounding up the top 10, folks. Great stuff. We'll be back in just a second. We'll talk to your top 3. Stick around. Already, end of the race here, the Bristol night race. We're going to bring in Brian Jones to kick things off right now real quick. Where's good old Brian Jones? Here he is. Here he is, Brian Jones in that 45, man. What a great run today for you. Finishing in the 3rd spot. Man, really, really quick. Won stage 2 and showed some speed today, but man, great job today. How'd it go for you?
Yeah, it's pretty good overall. If you can get out of Bristol with a pretty clean truck, I did wreck one time, but no real big damage there. But yeah, if you can get out of Bristol with a clean truck, it's a good day.
Yeah, man, good stuff. Obviously, these playoffs are getting pretty well heated. First half of that race was pretty wild, but hey, second half kind of evened out. Talk to us real quick. I mean, right now, hey, Kansas next week looking pretty good. Everyone loves that track, so going to be a good thing. Give us real quick, man, just a quick shout out of your sponsors, friends and family, man. What do you got?
Yeah, I got to give a big shout out to Home Field Apparel. If you're into collegiate apparel or motorsports apparel, go check out what they have at homefieldapparel.com. Also, a big shout out to Apex Coffee Roasters. If you like coffee, they now have coffee pods. So if you drink out of one of those Keurig things, go get you some coffee at Apex Coffee Roasters and use code Alanis at checkout for 15% off your order, and Alanis24 at checkout for 15% off your order at Home Field.
Sweet. All right, man. Hey, good stuff right there. P3 on the day. Next week it's Kansas, man. Good luck. Or good luck. I don't know. Next week, whatever. We'll see you then.
Yep. Thanks, Steve.
Have fun. I'm cooked. It's all right. P2. Gonna go to Cody Reeder, man. What a great run for him to get this thing done real quick. See if we can track him down real fast. I know sometimes he's hard to find. Here he is. Here he is, Cody Reeder today. P2 on the day. Man, looking great in that Venku number 7, man. Kind of an up and down day for you. You know, a little bit of a bobble here and there, but overall got the job done. Came really close to that win. I feel like had some short run speed. It looked like for that truck, man. But how'd it go for you?
Yeah, it was like you said, up and down. I think that caution came out right where I needed it. I think another 3 or 4 laps, they probably would have laughed at me because I messed up and got on the apron and almost spun myself and then cooked my right rear tire. So yeah, I don't know. This used to be a really good track for me, but I can't hang with these guys right now. So I got to figure it out. It's okay, but got to figure it out. But overlap P2, I did not deserve that. So just kind of hang in there. And obviously you had the all the wrecks and people going out of the race, and had a couple big ones right in front of me I avoided. So yeah, just good situational awareness. I think you have to be aware of that stuff. But up and down, just looking forward to Kansas, my my home track.
Sweet. Yeah, I was going to mention Kansas is one of those tracks that people love, and next week it should be some great racing. So cannot wait for that, man. But hey, give us real quick just your shout outs, any sponsors, friends and family. What you got for us?
Yeah, I think VenQ being on board all year, it's cool to get to shout them out quite a bit this year. So shout out to them. If you're looking for any type of adventure, whether that's a fishing trip, rock, or mountain climbing, deer hunting, whatever it is, there's tons of places you can go on there and book, and it's kind of an all-inclusive thing. So visit them. Thanks for my family. Let me do this and not complain about it. Thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. And I got to shout out Dustin. Miss racing with him. He'll be back soon. And yeah, everybody watching, thanks.
Yes, sir, man. Good job today, P2. We'll catch you next week.
See ya.
Hey, good stuff there for Cody Reeder. We're going to bring in now, though, your winner today. Again, man, Everett Kotz. What a great job for Everett to get this race won. Let's bring him in. Here he is at 32. Everett Kotz gets it done again, man. We've been around, or haven't been around, I guess, for a month. Milwaukee Mile happened about a month ago. You won that race, and now here we are again doing just the same thing, winning. Good stuff today, man. How'd you do it?
One thing, I practiced a lot for this race. I can't say that I would have been able to do it without, a few C fixed, but other than that, I had a great team supporting me. Nick has really welcomed me to his team, Nick Geilis, so really appreciate him, supporting me. And I just was focusing on entry to my corners a lot, running the bottom here. I knew save tires, and a lot of guys were running the top, which really surprised me because it's fast on short runs, but on the long run, bottom was way better, and I kind of was able to, stretch out my lead over Brian Jones on that one run, on the long run that we had there, just saving a little bit better tire than him. Was kind of swearing at my wheel a little bit when we got that caution, but luckily just able to hold on to it. So just super pumped to get this win. I didn't win at Milwaukee. I won at Martinsville earlier in the year. I was suspended at Milwaukee actually because I hit a CC limit. So
Oh.
but yeah, so it's even better that I got this win because now I'm in the next round of the playoffs, which is nice. But
Beautiful.
yeah, just super pumped overall.
Yeah, man, definitely. At least in my opinion, emerging as probably the favorite. I mean, looking very, very quick, very fast, and obviously there's some competition there with Jones and Leader and things like that. But man, you've been putting together these races and looking pretty good. But next week is Kansas. People love that track, and that's going to be a lot of fun. But real quick, man, give us a shout out to your sponsors or friends and family, man. What you got?
I'll give a big shout out to EKR Designs. That's my paint scheme thing that I run right now, just on Fiverr. If you want to get a nice paint scheme for yourself, go check me out there. Make one up for you. Other people I kind of want to thank. Ronnie Norman introduced me to the league. A year ago, I always shout out him whenever I get the chance to do an interview. Just couldn't obviously be here without him, so I got to give him a shout out. Everybody in my call that was helped me during the race, Nick, everybody there, big shout out to them. So yeah.
Good stuff, man. Another big win for you. Looking pretty good out there too. Love that paint scheme, man. I will say it's very, very sharp. But yeah, Kansas next week. We'll see you then, dude. Have fun.
Thank you, man.
All right, there he is, man. Everett Cott's the winner today for the Bristol Night Race here in the NORA Truck Series. What a great run today for these boys. Really, really, I'll tell you what, the first half of the race, was pretty eventful, right? Cautions and things like that. But at the end of the day, that's going to happen. Short track racing will definitely be what can happen at tracks like this. But overall, a lot of fun, as always. So next week, like we mentioned, Kansas is going to be the track. So next Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern time, same channel. We'll see you then, folks. It's going to be a lot of fun as we get into more playoffs, closer and closer to that championship. So cannot wait to get the thing going. A lot of fun today. Big thanks to you for being here and watching the channel and supporting the league. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button. It actually helps quite a bit as far as engagement and viewership and things like that. So big thanks to you. Join us tomorrow for the ASRA Heart Proven Design Cup Series in Dover. Going to be a lot of fun. Going to go to the bigger version of Bristol, in my opinion. Another double the size and still concrete. So going to be a lot of fun there. The first race of our Mid-Season Madness tournament. So it's like an in-season tournament, and will be a lot of fun to get that thing going on. So cannot wait. But either way, folks, have a good night. We'll catch you tomorrow night, if not next Monday. But have a good night, folks. We love you. Take care.